Okay. Yep, there we go. We are underway. Greetings to everyone. Already seeing a few folks in the chat there, which is always awesome. But we are up and running here for some more Truck Series action for the HOBO Racing League. Second race for the Truck Series that we are broadcasting. Of course, this is the 5th race of the season at Las Vegas. Going to be a fantastic showing here. With a very competitive mile-and-a-half racetrack. So I think that we're going to, as I said, we're just going to have a lot of fun. Again, great to see everyone in chat there. Ann, Dan, and Barb. Yeah, sit back, relax. We're going to have some fun here. We'll have some fun, even more fun, since Blaine Donlon's up here with us of TarnationTV.
I have arrived. Thanks for having me on again, man. Yeah, we're at Vegas today. The last race I did with you a couple of weeks ago, I believe, was Atlanta. These guys are a lot of fun. We've got a good crop of people in here today. We were doing a head count. I'm showing 26 connected, 2 of them being us, so 24 drivers.
That sounds about right. Yeah, we got 21 in TeamSpeak, but yeah, we're definitely into the 20s with the car count, which is always fantastic. A lot of competitive drivers out here. A couple of new faces as well. But of course, yeah, a lot of familiar faces that we'll be seeing week in, week out. Of course, we bring the HOBO Cup Series every Tuesday night. They'll be racing at Vegas this coming Tuesday. So, of course, check that out. It'll be at about the same time as this one. But for tonight, though, it is the vintage trucks, these classics, 1960s trucks, GMCs, Ford, Chevys, you name it. All kinds of neat stuff out here. So, looking forward to seeing what we got here for 94 laps. Fixed setup, but realistic damage. So, that is going to cause quite the stir.
Yeah.
If you get into any kind of trouble.
Well, the realistic damage is always cool because it leads to a different style of racing. Not necessarily be like more cautious. It's just, if something happens, and not having an open setup to sort of modify on the fly like that, it can definitely cause early retirement from the race. I mean, you could fold the engine right up inside the cockpit almost, and then you'd be done. You'd have to quit. Where moderate is far more forgiving, I guess is the word. Realistic is definitely fun. You get to see a whole new damage model at work when they put it on realistic.
Yeah, and especially with this mod, it's got, honestly, I would say pretty cool damage physics. Of course, yeah, you and I were just talking about how the windshields crack and shatter and everything, which is something you almost never see in a game like this, but it's meant to simulate real glass, as opposed to just like the Luxan that's used nowadays to make sure everyone's safe. But hey, it's just a video game, so who cares? Safety out the window.
Yep. Let her rip. How long has HOBO been around, this league? It's been around for a really long time.
Oh, at least 05, I think. It may even be 04.
Yeah, right on.
When they started coming around. They were around pretty early on, and they're still going. And I would say of all leagues, they were probably among the highest car count, at least that I know of. Of course, Maverick, that you stream, Blaine, they get huge counts. But this one, I would say, as far as like a dedicated group here in RTG, I feel like are a couple of the higher leagues that still get some pretty big car counts, well into the 20s. I think Primetime might be another one if they're still doing their stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, I would say.
And a lot of the guys from Primetime race at the Mobile 10. So
another one.
All kinds of different leagues. Yeah,
another
it's
one
a lot of fun. There's always a race somewhere. Yeah, Maverick signed up TarnationTV to broadcast their Tuesday stuff. They're doing their 2025 season for till about October, November. And it's every Tuesday over there, so that'll be fun. Broadcast goes live tomorrow, I think at 8:15 p.m. Eastern, so that'll be fun. Daytona, they had 71 people show up, so they had to hold pre-qualifying last week to lock in the 40 cars that get to drive in that race. So a lot of people showed up, and only half of them could make the big dance, as they say. The Daytona 500 kilometers is what it is.
If anything, I just feel bad for the fact that we're both streaming at the same time.
Yeah, we're
But
competing with each other, but as like we were just talking before the race, this simulator being as old as it is,
not again.
in 2003 when you were just what, 2 years old. So you had to wait about 15 years before you probably figured out what it was, and then by then Papyrus was long gone, but here we are.
Oh, and there we go.
Did you fall out of the race?
Uh-huh. Apologies to everybody. In my area are some very nasty storms and weather, so like yeah, I know I
Oh
probably cut
yeah.
out was buffering there for a while, so my apologies.
Are
Touch
you
me.
back in?
Get back.
Oh, you are. Yep. Okay.
If it lets me in, it's going incredibly slowly. And even when you're hardwired, it still happens.
Yeah, with storms.
There we go.
Yeah, the old thunderstorms. I won't do it. I'll shut the race down. I don't risk my computers, even though I have my stuff all plugged
Oh,
into a
I'm still
backup.
having
So the backup
still
should
having
take the
issues.
hit.
Sorry, folks. Technical difficulties. Oh,
Yeah, no
dearie
issues.
me.
They're still on pit road here lining up. So
I hope they don't.
else the driver has driven in the four races that have taken place.
That's awesome.
Is this the fourth race or is this the fifth?
This is number 5.
Okay, so 4 races complete. And I'm looking at, let me see, we got stats, we got points, we got all kinds of stuff. Currently, the season leader for the Vintage Truck Series 65. I've got the smallest font on the planet Earth just to make sure that I can't see it. Jeff Stakanis in first with 680 points. Second place is Herman Reese, 176 points, and Ron Simpson with 600 points in third place. Those are your top 3 currently after 4 races.
Well, I'm
Pace
still having.
Truck.
Pace Truck is in. Hopefully, my connection will stay as good as it can for as long as it will, but well, we're going to wing it here. Green flag is
As
at
it
94
do.
laps. And as we do, yep, we just wing it over here.
Yep. As it is, so it was. 3 wide already.
Oh, brother. Right around. Ah.
Oh, catastrophe.
Up and over goes Bumbalo.
And we've got realistic damage on. Do they do the reset?
Oh, boy. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they do.
Sometimes leagues will do 1 restart depending if... especially
someone who's hoping that they do would be Ricky Bumbalo in the 85. He went around after they went 3 wide right off the bat.
Yeah, he's smoking. Bumbalo is smoking, so he's cooked.
And Mike Erickson with a lot of damage.
Doesn't look like they're redoing it.
No, I don't believe so. I know a lot of leagues. Even if they don't have if they do have a restart rule, sometimes they'll forego that for broadcast races. So,
right.
I mean, I've never had a problem with it myself.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it if they want to do a restart, especially because that truck looked like it lost a lot of speed.
Oh, he got loose.
Okay. I wasn't sure if maybe there was a controller issue or something.
He got loose and then was starting to go around, and Steve Grant was just not quite ready for it. There's a hit there from, I think that's Randy Smith, the 10. Yep, indeed it is. Also in it was Greg Stenzo. That's Chris Landry in the 76. First-time starter tonight is Chris Hunley in the 3, was also involved.
The bottoms of these trucks look really cool, but we don't want to see it.
Yeah, yeah, that's
the one thing we don't want to see is the bottom of the truck.
Sure, these guys are going to be taking notes on kind of the undercarriage of that thing and seeing, all right, how's he, what's he got aerodynamically going under there?
Yeah.
Oy, that's not good times.
So currently showing Mike Erickson has retired.
Man, not the Playboy truck.
Yep. Yeah, the number 69 of Mike Erickson has retired.
Both of the races that you and I have done so far has not been good for that 69 truck,
No.
which is quite a tragedy if you if you ask me. Um,
And it's cool too because it's bright pink. You know, it's not a complicated. You can't get complicated with a paint job on a truck from 65.
no, yeah, I'm with
He
you on that.
almost got through that too, but hit that inside wall, something awful.
Well, I was fully intended on doing the starting order until things went south there as far as connection went. So we're gonna go over as much of this running order as we can while we're under caution here. Pole sitter was indeed Keith McLean, Mac Daddy, as we also know him. Uh, Went ahead and uh, we saw him win a couple races in a row that we were broadcasting last week, both at the Phoenix Cup race for Hobo as well as the Trucks Homestead race for BSR. You got Josh Boyer there in the 41, the bad fast driver right there. Blaine, I know that you've covered a lot of what he's done, so we'll see what he's able to do tonight. Ryan Johnson in third, followed by Mark DeSenza. Points leader, Jeff Stakanis rounds out the top five. Ron Simpson, third place in points, as you mentioned. He is running P6 ahead of Jim Windrow in the 36. And it's Herb Johnston and Rob Heath in the 27. And is followed then by, round out the top 10 is Fugate in the number 9. And then one of the head admins there, Steve Rubino, who's got a lot of fans in the chat at 07. Currently P11. DJ, D. Johnson in 12th. There's Herman Reese. Expect to see him up the front at some point if he's able to work his way forward. And then, yep, we mentioned Chris Hunley. There is DJ Hinsky. And, of course, Randy Smith, Steve Grant, some other guys that were involved in that caution. 00 Gary Jackson also back there as well. And that is pretty much your full field there. We got 2 drivers out of it. It looks like, and that will be the 85 and the 69. And there goes my connection again. Absolutely lovely. And I did not think that these storms would affect me this badly.
It's weird how it's kicking you out of the race, but the broadcast is still going, and I can still hear you fine.
Let's see if I fall out again.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on you.
And there I go. Oh,
Now,
brother.
Well, thanks everybody for watching tonight's race at Vegas. 1.5 mile long track. Pit road speed of 45 miles per hour. This is a fast track too, and again
yeah.
with the pit entrance too, coming off that like 9-10 degree banking, flatten her out, throw the brake on, and hopefully don't spin out. Green flag pit stops on tracks like this are always pretty cool because everybody's you have fallen out of the race, sir, so come on back.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just giving it a moment there to make sure I'll connect properly. Yeah, from what I was seeing, just kind of what those guys talked about in the chat, Jeff said that you disappeared and you saw him, so he moved up to give him room. Service bike for a moment and came back. From my end, it looked like, yeah, the 85 just got loose. And that's what kind of prompted the 3 wide there. So I don't think that was anyone really being overly aggressive. It was just both a misunderstanding and then just some ill handling there as got back in just in time.
And there's internet stuff that happens too to everybody. You know, you could be having weather on your end. We've been having some windy, rainy days over here. You know, who knows what's going on in the rest of the world. That's the great thing about this is we're all coming together from different corners.
Chris Hunley around in the 3. Turns 1 and 2 not being good to these guys on these first couple starts and restarts. There's going to be some front end damage for the 3.
Yeah.
It looked like he took a bit of a hit. Let's see. Also, just getting loose. It looks like it. Apron's not going to help that matter. Oh, wow. That
No.
thing just stepped out.
Yeah, I like watching from helicopter cam. You always get such a good line on that. Yeah, the thing just walked sideways. And unfortunately square into the wall with the nose.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's not good with realistic damage.
That's
You can
got
take some
arrow
damage on the
all
back, but
whoa,
the
that was a
realistic damage model definitely shows it. Is he trying to pit? Is that what you're watching?
No, I just saw a bright flash. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a big boom here in a moment.
Oh, gotcha. The 3 of Huntley has retired.
Ah, his first start. Ooh, there's the rumble. That was a little more distant than I thought. So let's see, because of me falling out and getting back in, the pace truck has changed a few times.
Yeah, that's always a random thing, right?
It was always it was black, and now it's red and white. So
cool.
Oh,
yeah, I
that's
had
funny.
The black one.
Yeah, they just like to bring out the different pace trucks, just to show it off here in the mod. So, apologies to everybody. This storm could not have chosen a worse time to come through here. It couldn't have come through here like 30 minutes earlier. No, it had to come through here right now.
The storm actually started about 6 minutes before you put it on live mode. So
pretty
it's
much.
Oh, cool.
I was.
Hey, we're going live, and that's when you click the button is when you got your first lightning bolt.
Mm-hmm. I was watching the radar, and I saw that. I mean, we were getting some rain, but I saw one very, very dark red cell that was coming my way, and it's like, that is going to hit me dead on at like 8:50, right as these guys go to qualifying. Please hold out, connection, and it's been marginal to say the least.
Update on the trucks that are no longer on the track. Ricky Bumbleow has retired. Engine piston failure. Mike Erickson has retired, and so has Chris Huntley.
Yeah, this was Chris Huntley's first start, and involved in both of the first incidents there, being a part of one of them. And
this season, or ever, or
to my knowledge, ever, but I'm not positive on that.
Oh, cool. Well, welcome, Mr. Huntley. Hopefully,
trial by fire.
Yeah, I mean, let's come out to Vegas, and a self spin too. It's just, like you said, the thing just walked out on him, and by the time he got control of it, snapped it right back into the wall.
Well, just ask me the first time that I ever ran a. Just asked me the first time that I ever ran a race or even attempted to run a race, and oh my goodness, was that.
So there's physics involved and all that stuff, but you need to it takes a little while to kind of get the feel for what sounds the tires are making. It's weird. I don't change my sound pack very often. I stick with that Kyle Petty V8 pack because I know what those tires sound like.
Mm-hmm.
And if I change it, I'm like, oh, this is a cool sounding one, and I update my sound pack to like the new 2005 sounds or whatever. Somebody put a pack together. I can't drive the car because I can't hear the tires the same way that they sounded before, because now the tires sound different. The skid marks sound different. Like the engine sounds different. The RPM sounds different. Like I need that audio to be consistent because I've run that V8 sound pack for so long. I'm just lost if I change it. I always end up changing it back. I always try it offline first.
Yeah, feel is definitely a part of it, but if you don't have any audio, then that takes away such a big part of your feel for it, because you're going by those sounds and the audio cues of how hard you're driving it. And I know that I was coming from like F1, like Codemasters F1 games, 2013, 14. That's what I was used to, as well as some NASCAR 15, like the console games, which obviously are a little more arcade-like as far as their handling. With these things, it's obviously meant to, as you said, it's a simulator. So that was totally just an adjustment that was very difficult to adjust to, and it took me several years for me to, I would say, get to the point that I am now. And I like to think that I'm
Yeah,
pretty decent.
yeah, me too. Like I'm not going to win much, but I have a blast going out there. And like I said, the combination of the visual, I ride on the roof, the audio, and the force feedback in my wheel, it's definitely a learning curve. But once you get the hang of it, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna have some fun here now as coming to lap 11. Back underway here. You guys a little more spread out. We'll see what kind of run we can get going here. Checking on through the field here. This has been the trouble corner on these cold tires, but so far it looks like everyone was able to keep it clean. Keith McLean out in front. Ryan Johnson looking for second place on Josh Boyer. Going into 3 and 4. Boyer way up the track, and that is dangerous here off of 4 because that wall will sneak right up on you.
We got one around in the back. Caution is up. The 27 of Heath.
Rob Heath, the Indiana Jones truck.
Yep.
Has gone for a slide. I think the boulder got him.
Yeah, maybe.
It had to be said.
It didn't put the arc down quick enough.
No.
Yeah, his same sort of deal. Cold tires, just a little bit.
Step in, and there it goes.
Yeah, and contact. We got to remember too. Like I kind of ignore the contact there. The number 9, the Fugate, got him just a little bit, and we are running realistic damage. So right front panel there on the 9 truck definitely took some damage with the little tap that he gave him there.
Yeah.
Of course, amplified by realistic settings.
Not nearly as hard of a hit as Hundley took. Actually, we're getting on board here. Let's get a roof cam shot from Steve Rubino, who's right behind it.
A whole bunch of Rubinos hanging out.
Ooh. Good job by Rubino to stay off of Fugate there.
Yeah. That was really good, actually. I didn't even catch that. I'm watching your replay there live on the YouTube channel. That could have been way worse. That could have been
there could have been a lot of trucks involved.
Yeah. That's the thing. You hold your breath, especially with the realistic damage, man, because although a track like this, you can still get out there and run pretty good with a damaged truck. It will definitely handle a lot different than you would like it to. But we do need to get a few laps under the belt first, because that's the problem. Everything's still cold.
Yeah, we haven't gotten a full lap of green yet.
Nope.
So
those tires need to get warmed up, and they need to kind of get scuffed up a bit. And when you're rolling around right now, the tires actually get colder.
Yeah, exactly. And it gets even harder to keep it under you. And I mean, usually with these fixed setup races, typically though, the majority of the time, the way to go would be a very neutral setup, that it may be a little bit loosey-goosey on those cold tires, and then it'll really tighten up as the run goes on. So, but that's the thing though, with certain setups, and guys might not be used to those cold tires, that is very easy to have the back end try to get ahead of you, and that's what's causing these spins. So, oh goodness gracious,
that was a big one. That scared me.
Wow.
The 26 of Landry is on pit road with the 10 of Randy Smith, because they heard that thunder coming.
I saw that bolt probably no more than about 100 feet from my window.
Oh man, it's in your yard, bro.
Wow.
We've got electricity. If you needed electricity, I think your shed just took it.
Well, it's a good.
Which is neat. Have you ever seen high frame rate slow motion footage of lightning?
Oh, dude, it is incredible.
Everybody thinks lightning comes from the sky.
It meets in the middle, pretty much.
It comes from the ground. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's why they tell
it
you.
comes out of the ground, so it has to start. Like you said, there's something in the sky, there's something in the ground, and then when they connect, you just think it comes down, but it doesn't. It comes out of the ground. It's weird. Cool.
And that's actually why they'll tell you that if you're standing outside and there's like storms nearby, or you hear anything like that, and your hair starts to stand up, or you start to feel like a little staticky,
you're getting
run. That means that a bolt is about to hit that spot, because that charge is building up and that discharge is about to happen.
No way. I never knew that. That's cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not cool, but that's good knowledge.
I mean, it's good knowledge to have that, yeah, if you're...
Like, oh, why do I feel hyper? And why do I feel electric? Because you're about to get something. You better get going.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're going to be in big trouble if you stand there for much longer.
2 more trucks on pit road, the 11 of Steve Grant and the 00 of G. Jackson. What's Jackson's first name?
Gary Jackson.
Gary Jackson. There he is. 00.
You got a lot of Garys and Gregs.
Yeah, I got my GNL TV up, which will give me most people's names.
Yeah, Emmanuel saying this is the Weather Channel now. Hey, my dad went to school for meteorology. He's taught me a thing or two. And weather is really cool. And honestly, 9 times out of 10, I would have heard that and gone, "Yo, that was awesome." But during a broadcast, seriously?
When you're not focused, it's like, uh-oh, you're not paying attention, and it comes out of nowhere like that.
Oh man, yeah, that was. If the lights were off in this room right now, that would have been blinding.
Cool.
It was so close. It was like right there. Oh man, that was crazy.
And your connection's great.
And my connection held, knock on wood.
Yeah.
So it didn't hit anything vital.
Hopefully these guys can get some laps under the tires here and get these things locked up, because they are going to be loose for, I'm guessing, 3 or 4 laps.
Yeah, this first lap's going to be the big one.
Yeah, that's the problem right now. They are getting around because they're just getting loose because they're cold tires.
Nice jump there for Mac Daddy Keith McLean, and of course has been able to hold on to this lead. Well, since they've just been kind of running around here so far, checking on through the field. Everyone keeping it straight so far.
Yep.
Ryan Johnson looking to make some noise here, though, for this race lead. We saw him getting up for second place. Here we go, 78-28. Give the advantage right now to the 78. Not quite clear yet, but we've got a green flag lap in here, and these tires are going to start to get under these guys now.
51 Estenzo slid up track there and hit the wall hard, impact on the right side. He's still moving, though, and we're still under green.
Keeping it up front here. McLean just filing in behind Ryan Johnson. Mark DeSenza up here with a great run in 3rd place at the moment, just ahead of Stakanis and Jim Windrow. I do believe that, the 41 of Josh Boyer has opted to pit under one of those cautions. Was completely not paying attention due to literal outside circumstances.
Yeah, there was a couple of guys, about 4 trucks that did pit under that last caution there.
As McLean has taken the race lead back once again. Mark DeSenza looking to follow suit, get up into 2nd place. The Skull Bandit number 33. And is going to make that move happen. There's another bolt. I won't be surprised if that's another good boom. It's like right over top of me. I swear Ryan Johnson has settled into 3rd, but these guys are still really, really close nose to tail.
Yeah, they are. They're getting some laps on those tires, though, so that's good. They're going to definitely get hooked up a little bit better here. Do we know what the fuel window is at this track right now?
2X at 1.5 miles typically will get you about 30 to 33.
Okay.
So, of course, they ran a lot of caution laps there, so I wouldn't be surprised if these guys may be able to push it closer to like 37, maybe even 38 laps for those that did not pit yet. Ooh, was the Keith getting loose, chasing up the track, and nearly into the wall. Sideways is DeSenza, and almost 4 wide. That's not good there. The 36 Wintro going around. As is the 77. And I believe the 14 as well. He almost saved it.
That's worth a few replays. Holy moly.
That that was insane. Windrow was like, "Hey, I'm taking no prisoners here. I'm going for it." Unfortunately, it did not quite work out, but it almost did.
It almost did. Yeah,
He
they were
was so
I
close
want
to
to see,
saving
like,
that thing.
they were they weren't four wide, but they were definitely three. Well, maybe they were four wide.
It was darn
No, that
close.
was pretty close.
Yeah, Windrow said, "Nope, I'm getting underneath here," and just ran out of room.
Yeah, Stacanus did a good move there. He kind of checked up and went around him.
It was Hinsky around.
Oh, yeah, Hinsky.
Only 3 trucks, and which, on all honesty, is actually pretty impressive.
Yeah, there was a lot of people right there. The 77 got loose in front of Hinsky, and that's what sent Hinsky around.
I'm sure there was a lot of chucking up there even before he fully spun out. Yeah, I do
Hinsky
agree.
looks
It
like
may,
he's
may have been
gonna.
a little early for something like that, but
Yeah,
ooh, and he said, "Hey, I've got the run. I'm going to take it." And Stacanus had kind of the same idea, was just a little more conservative with it, and everybody ran out of room.
yeah. I think
On board with Fugate.
Hinsky got a little bump there, a couple little bumps, so he's going to be all right. That 14 will be fine. He didn't take any major hits. So it looks like everybody who has not pit will pit now. Race off pit road here. Everybody's doing the full service pit stops for what I can see.
Now we'll get back to the live shot here so that we can see kind of how they all emerge.
Enzo is in his pit box on some kind of very strange angle here. It looks like he's probably getting service.
Oh, goodness.
He's in his box, but I don't know. It looks like it's jacked up.
Jacked up for an awful long time.
Yeah,
Is he jacked up?
it looks like it is, but maybe not because he took a hit
I
a
genuinely
few
can't tell.
laps before the caution.
It looks like he is. Oh, yeah, there's that
Impacted the right.
kind of window cracking that you were talking about. And hey, there's the face. But there it goes.
He's going. He just needed extensive repairs, I guess.
He's got Pink Floyd on the front of that thing. I just noticed that.
Oh, cool.
So now we've got ourselves a mixed bag of strategy. Thanks to some guys that pitted under previous cautions, that will put Josh Boyer up into the race lead. Ron Simpson currently second, with Steve Grant third, followed by Rob Heath. Keith McLean is the first that pitted under that round there. He will be restarting P5. Lap 23 of 94 here.
Watching Randy Smith on pit road there in the 10. He overshot his pit stall. We're under yellow, so it's not too bad.
Nah.
If that's going to happen under yellow, is you're going to overshoot your pit, do it under yellow because you're not going to lose a lap.
Yeah, exactly.
Or much track position.
Josh Boyer hard on the clutch here, trying to save a little bit of fuel. Probably try to get himself as close as he can to kind of an even window with those behind him.
Currently fastest lap on the night, Herman Reese. 30.48 seconds, 176.6 mile per hour.
Herman Reese currently running in P9, at least that under the last time scoring there. Ooh, here we go. Interesting strategy call here.
Oh.
Looks like Boyer, Simpson, and Grant are going to opt to bring it down pit road and top off instead of maintaining that track position. So I bet you their strategy is maybe who knows, maybe we can try to stretch this thing on a maybe try to stretch this thing to like 35 laps apiece and get her up to 70 laps, and that'll be a one-stop race.
And my stats were showing Grant had already pitted 5 times. So it's almost like he didn't need to.
Yeah, he was further back for sure.
Yeah.
This is probably just him accepting that strategy of maybe trying for the one stop from here if this thing goes green, but they are going to have to save some fuel for sure. 35 laps, though, on the clutch could be doable.
Yeah,
I've
you could
actually
do
done
it.
it before.
Wow.
I have won a race at RGG doing that.
No kidding.
It was
On
Kansas.
a mile and a half speedway, you milked it for 36 laps?
I think, if I recall correctly, in that race, it was caution free and it was the same number of laps, 94.
Oh,
And
wow.
and the race was green the whole way. And after a while, I was like, you know what? I might be able to make this work on just 2 stops. Whereas everyone else just accepted that they were going to do 3.
No
I was
kidding.
the only one that tried for the 2 stop, and I pulled it off, albeit I was clutching so hard it was ridiculous. And I did
Yeah.
run out of fuel on the last lap, and I crossed the finish line 5 seconds ahead of second place, going about 50 miles an hour.
Wow. At RTG, bro, that's
At
awesome because
RGG.
those guys are not easy to beat.
As we are back underway here, Rob Heath is the leader. He did stay out. But
We
yeah,
did
I
have
remember
one.
Brian Schilling was like impressed but also annoyed.
Yeah. We did have one truck that had not pit. That was Jim Woodrow, but he did pit last time by. So everybody has gone in there at least once now.
Heath McLean gonna get that race lead back. Rob Heath just trying to maintain some track position here. Right now on the outside lane, and they're gonna get by him here. Jeff Stacanis up to second. Ooh, close there between the 27 and the 9. Don't look now. Here comes Herman Reese. No surprise to see him up front here, getting loose. And trying to hold on to it. That's going to check everybody
Oh,
up,
there we
including
go.
DeCenzo, who's going to go around. And into the
Oh,
wall
my
goes the
goodness gracious
78.
me. It's like lightning has just struck the back straightaway.
Literally,
Or
as you
you're
said that, I hear distant thunder.
distant thunder.
DeCenzo is out. Same thing, though. It looks like just the tires, after he checked up, the tires just couldn't stay under him.
Yeah.
Boy, that's been the theme of this one. These rear tires, when they're not at temperature, they just do not want to stay under the truck.
And it's funny because it looks like they could almost save it. But that one, we got a little help there. Obviously, he starts to go loose right when there's a guy right on top of you. It's not really gonna. 14 again with a little bit of a knock.
Yeah,
You know
14,
what? Hinsky
51.
Hinsky's been taking little bits of damage.
Yeah, Jim Woodrow's in this as well. He got spun around, and yeah, that the most brightly colored truck in the field has been finding a lot of trouble.
Hinsky actually did get a good little clip there after his spinorama.
Oh goodness!
There.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
rear
was
damage, which isn't too bad, but
that was DeCenzo trying to check up for Herman, and as he was trying to save it, he really checked up hard there, and there's not enough time for Ryan Johnson to react. We'll follow Hinsky here. Great avoiding job by Fugate, and we're to get around it, as well as Josh Boyer. And he's going to try to get going here, and just 36 was committed there, and
that's just one of those things. You're trying to find a way around, and then sometimes the door closes.
The door closed on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if Herman may claim that one or not. Yeah, Herman was initially stepping out, and yeah, there was just a little bit of a chain reaction there. But yeah, while we may agree that it's like, whoa, boys, settle down. It's like I think it's just more it's a bigger thing with like you can be driving these things absolutely perfectly, and if it just starts to step out that little bit and you're not ready for it, I'll see you later.
Sometimes it's the matter of you just hitting your marks, and maybe one time you're half a lane off,
and
that grip is just somewhere else, and away you go.
And away you go. I mean, I remember Blaine. I was just about to mention that I think it was that reunion race for SMO over at Riki Raceway.
Yep.
and so many guys were self-spinning on a super speedway. And honestly, during that race, I was thinking, man, how's that possible? And then it happened to me.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Well,
how did I even do that? And I realized it was just because I hit one of those grip patches, and I had the wheel cranked, and well, I had my joystick cranked. But I turned the wheels just that little bit extra, and next thing I know, it was as if I just hit a banana peel. It was insane. And I guess the moral of that story is just that's how on edge, even no matter how planted you feel like you are, that's how on edge you are at all times.
and you know what? That race at Riki was actually, to SMO's credit, they were using an older version of that track, because
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember that track reacting like that,
I don't
because
remember either.
it had actually had an update, and they were running the original version, and they thought they were running the updated version,
And I remember,
because the grip lanes on the updated version fixed those dead spots.
yeah, I remember that that classic version because that's where some of my previous biggest offline events took place.
Oh, it's
Um,
such a fun track too. And I'm like, what is wrong tonight? This is so weird. The track doesn't look different.
no,
The second version looks exactly the same, but it's those, that behind the scenes stuff
mm-hmm.
that was affecting the spins, because guys were getting on lines they were used to getting on, but because you're racing an older version of the track, those lines aren't there.
And the grip is just not there either. And the fact
Yeah.
that it's a shorter super speedway, it's only 2.2 miles, so the turns are just that little tighter radius, and you got to
Yeah.
turn the wheel just a little bit harder, and that's what will get you all kinds of in trouble. 36 is a comedy show right now, says Jim from the cockpit.
Boyer, Hinsky, Woodrow, Ron Simpson, Randy Smith, and Steve Grant all coming out of the pits.
Keith McLean still out in front here ahead of Stacanus, and Fugate now up to third in the number 9. Rob Heath is fourth, and the fan club in the chat will be very happy to see Steve Rubino in P5 at the moment. And of Gary Jackson, DJ, Ryan Johnson going to hold on to the 8th. Herman Reese and Herb Johnson are going to be the current top 10. Mark DeSenza out of the race, unfortunately, after that incident. So we'll see what kind of run we can get going here with coming to lap 31. This will be 64 to go. Nintendo 64 to go.
Yep.
I had to do it. And Keith McLean, another nice jump there.
Beginning of lap 31. This lap brought to you in part by Las Vegas Speedway.
At the Las Vegas Speedway.
Imagine that. What a coincidence.
I know, right? It's amazing. So it's like having the Las Vegas Motor Speedway 400 at Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Who would have thought of that?
Yeah.
Side by side here for P4, Rob Heath.
Close to the wall
Steve Rubino, yeah, getting very close to the wall. Yeah, turn 4, it narrows a ton with that wall. I think that's what makes it very unique as far as these intermediates go. Turn 4 is very uncharacteristic in that, yeah, you need to watch out for that wall because it will bite you.
Is that considered the front straightaway? Is that considered a quad oval or a tri-oval?
I think this
is
that. I'd say this is just your typical tri-oval here.
Okay.
A quad oval, you'd be looking at something more like Charlotte or Texas.
Okay.
I feel like I'm missing one. I think there's one more, but yeah, those are what come to my mind. Ooh, Stacanus pushed up the track there just a little bit. Top 3 pulling away here pretty nicely. But Steve Rubino, though, looking pretty competitive. Gary Jackson trying to get by into a top 5 position here. Ryan Johnson and Herman Reese are going to be looking to make up even more ground themselves. Because those are a couple of fast trucks there. Josh Boyer looking to do the same thing. He is up to 9th. Just got by the 49. And the 00 getting by that 27. We got a little bit of a run here going now. We're going to be 60 laps to go at the stripe. So definitely going to be probably one more stop, if not two, as Keith McLean just hit the apron.
Ooh, I was going to say, yeah.
Ooh,
I was
boy.
watching Jackson and Heath. Jackson took the spot away from Heath to take fifth. Heath dropped
Heath
that
back to
spot
6th right now.
fairly easy. I was wondering maybe if he gave it to him.
But
Randy Johnson all over him right now, too. He might give that one up, too. Falling back a little bit there.
Yeah, he's been at the back most of the night, but did find himself with some good track position, just trying to hold on to it at the moment. Jeff Stakane is out in front right now. Fugate was also able to take advantage.
Reckon in the back.
And is up to 2nd. As crash in, and oh my goodness, it's Hinsky again.
Yeah, Hinsky and Johnston is
debating about calling it there.
Yeah.
Oh, that thing is tore up. He's also had been in a few of these.
Yeah, he actually went over.
Oh,
the 77, boy. Just tapping the 14 just a little bit.
See what you mean here. They are side by side, 12th and 13th, I believe, and yep, just a little bit of contact, and oh my goodness, that was quite the moment there. A wheelie on the 14, and
the whole
nearly into the fence.
The damage model is amazing. The whole entire truck is just twisted and crumpled up and bent. And unfortunately, too, following the Reddit for NASCAR Racing 2003 season, DesModsRacing.com, the DMR team that made this mod available, not even a couple months ago, the website is actually gone. I don't know if they pulled it down to rebuild it. It's a pretty nice website. It doesn't need to do a lot when you're making cool mods and putting them up to be downloaded, but I hope that they come back.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe they may have also suffered the same fate from this weather. We got a number of guys on pit road here.
Yeah.
Herman Reese opting for probably 2 tires there, it looks like. Jeff Stakane is coming out as well. And it looks like Keith McLean is going to be dropping back here a good bit. So we got a few guys that have stayed out, including Gary Jackson, Josh Boyer, Ron Simpson. There's Jim Windrow, and once scoring updates here, I do believe that it will be Randy Smith into 5th place. I've never seen that emoji before.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
That is very interesting. Yeah.
That's watching it with one eye. I can't watch, but I'm gonna anyway.
Jim Windrow did just confirm it, though, that it feels like they need studded tires. It's like ice out there, and I've seen some of these mile and a half just like this. I've raced at Texas where kind of the same thing was happening. Atlanta had this a little bit going on as well. Sometimes the setup is just not conducive to cold tires, and it's as we were saying, all it takes is just that one little step out, although in that case it was more so contact that caused some trouble.
Just looking up the stats here for Jackson. He was leading the race here. He just pitted now. He is sitting in 26th position overall after 4 races with 352 points. But then I like the stats that they got here, because then you can see
lap counter is at the bottom left over here. So lap 38 of 94. I would hit the chat, but I don't know if I want to do that. You never know what you're going to see in there.
Oh yeah, you can see at the bottom of the screen there, as long as Andrew is live, which is, it says live there at the bottom of the screen, you can see to the left of that, it says lap number 38 of 94. Obviously in a replay, that'll be different because you'll be backing up a lap or two, but on lap number 38 of 94.
Yeah, this is kind of this is still kind of the layout that we've kind of got going. I probably don't need to have my cursor visible, but I'm like, I can point things out easier that way.
Yeah, that is cool.
It's like having a finger, so it's like, oh yeah, if you look up here, you can see the
Like,
HOBO truck
yeah,
logo, and
like those guys are drawn on the screen during the football games.
here's
Let's
the.
see over here right now that we got some stuff going on. If we take a look,
Oh my gosh, if I had that ability, oh
oh, dude,
that would be
you can do it.
awesome.
You use OBS?
I do. Is that a thing?
Yep.
Really? Oh my gosh.
I'm not sure how you could do it with NASCAR 2003 without a second computer, because this game needs to be what you're on. You know what I mean? Like, you'd have to
Oh yeah.
be on a. You'd have to be able to like run the game flawlessly while working on another monitor.
Yeah.
This game doesn't like you to exit. You know, if you click on a different screen, this game just sort of crashes.
It just freezes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
If you had a second computer and brought it in HDMI, and then you could do a whole thing. You could make it work.
I do have the other monitor
called.
here, but if I click onto that monitor, then the game freezes because
it will.
It's like it's the same processor that's running on, so that's not really a choice. But
yeah, for my broadcasts, I have a second keyboard. I have one computer, but I have a second keyboard that I actually have a macro program separated from just being a keyboard. So I have 104 keys on the keyboard. I have all those hotkeys, so I can run other stuff without actually having to leave the game.
Can't see what lap we're on. That is
39.
I don't know on that one, but we just started lap 40. We're back underway. And not the best restart there for Ron Simpson. Jim Windrow's going to try to get to his outside. But we're going to settle that back down. Herman Reese up to fourth. All kinds of mixed strategy here, Herman.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, oh boy. See, that's just how easy it is to step out. And even the best, it's happening to him. He was able to catch it at least, but...
Oh, wow.
That's how easy it is! Oh, that's Keith hard in the crack, hard into the wall.
Holy moly, what happened there?
I believe that was the 36 that may have stepped out that time.
Oh
10. My gosh!
The number 10. I think the number 10 is done after that impact.
We saw him flying across there.
Yeah. Randy Smith was full speed through that. Not full speed, he was checking up, but could not get out of the way of Steve Grant.
That is going to be a call. That's going to be a call of all time, because I very nearly said Keith McLean hard into the crash.
Yeah.
That's a...
Oh, wow. Yeah, that Steve Grant in the 11. That truck is actually looks like it's bent sideways. And he has retired from an accident.
I think that was the 30. I think the 36 was the next victim to get claimed by the self spin. And oh yeah, oh wow, yeah, he just caught it, and then McDowell did, and everyone else just nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm. Randy Smith in the 10 is smoking.
Oh,
he won't be able to make it.
There's the hit there, as it looks like even more damage for Henske. Stenzo in it. Las Vegas is not these guys' friend tonight. And yeah, Jim Windrow even confirmed it in the chat there. Just stepped down and snapped it. I've been there more than once.
Yeah, just violent.
Phew. Yeah, he just right hook.
Yeah,
that
and in the
that
wrong
number 28
spot too. It's just like wow.
And we'll go on board, or we'll follow the 28 here. There's Rubino getting into it. Ooh, lucky escape for Herman Reese. And you're just gonna see 10 go flying there through the bottom. Whew. Yeah, that may have been. We've had some brutal ones so far, but I think that was easily the one so far of the night, as far as just sheer brutality and trucks involved. This looks like AG's crash in his Wawa Cup Series race. I always gotta send a shout out to my boy AG. Go on board. We're going on board with Steve Grant. This rust bucket looking thing.
Yeah, I love the paint schemes. The mod is fantastic. I hope that the DLR
he actually
comes back.
Spun from behind, and then he's gonna get a hit from the 10 right there.
Yeah.
Holy moly. That's going to be a few more guys' night over, it looks like.
Yep.
Whew.
Steve Grant, Jim Woodrow, Mark DeSenza, Chris Huntley, Mike Erickson, and Ricky Bumbalo all have retired. Grant and Woodrow, the most recent.
That list is growing bigger and bigger, unfortunately. We got one final look here.
The 10 is getting service. I don't know how. I mean, I guess we're going to find out.
We'll see here. Yeah, they all go. There's Rubino going through the infield.
We're almost halfway through this race. I mean, I've seen it happen where you could take engine damage like that and be black smoke everywhere, get to the pits, they'll fix it. Your RPMs will be a little bit lower than they used to be. You can limp the vehicle around, but eventually the motor will pop.
Yeah, and that usually will also cause a yellow.
Yeah, but if there is another yellow, he might be able to leapfrog a couple of people, and it's all for the points, right?
Yeah. Hey, we're going for a championship, and this is a season-long championship. It's a long championship too. I think 30 races. So,
and so the number 10 right there of Randy Smith, currently sitting in 17th position overall after 4 races with 463 points. He's kind of in the middle of the pack for all the drivers who have participated in this series. So, you know, all those points count, especially like you said, if they plan to show up to all these races. Oh, it looks like he has retired, actually.
Yeah, I wonder if the crew chief may have even said, "Yep, we can't fix that." Josh Boyer, Jeff Stukanis, then Fugate, Ryan Johnson, Irv Johnston. And after all of the trouble that he has been in, DJ Hinsky is 6th at the moment. Look at that truck. Hooey.
Yeah, we've got cracked windows. We've got removed the rear of that thing.
There's a tore up 77, but he's in 7th.
But you know, the 14 of Hinsky, if you get a view from the front, the driver in that thing still smiling.
Ron Simpson, Herman Dreesen. Harry Stenzo's in the top 10 as well. This is just a fight for survival here tonight at Las Vegas. Unfortunately, a lot of guys they're trying to they're betting on black. All they're getting is red.
I love the damage model, man. That 77 just looks mangled.
I mean, as much as we don't love seeing these things tore up, it is also pretty cool to see these damage models. They did a fantastic job.
It's great advertising for the mod maker, man. Like DMR, what an awesome job. Like, this is such a quality release. It's a shame the website's down, but I'm hoping he's just doing some maintenance. We got one around in the back, but he's in the infield.
That didn't take
long. Stays up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Stenzo. Oh, man, we were just saying he was in the top 10.
Yeah.
Oh,
number 51, sorry.
And yeah, I think he's low enough on the track. Caution should not come out for that. Josh Boyer's just going to try to hold on here. We'll see how long these guys are going to be able to hold on at 50 laps to go.
Being shown to the 76, but I'm sure that's probably just a restart. Oh, the 7's around. Into the wall.
Caution is out. Ooh, that was close there at the stripe. And, oh, brother.
Seven's damage model looks really cool.
Yeah.
Heath is on fire.
Rubino is, I think, going to be calling it with that one. And yep, there he goes. His fan club is not going to be happy.
No.
Because that's all we've had in the chat has been his fan club, pretty much. His brother Dan. I think that was Ann Rubino. I don't know if that's his wife or Dan's wife or who that would be, but
let's just say every Rubino for participating in the YouTube chatter.
Yes, thank you very much.
Participating. It's awesome.
Oh, that was just a self spin on Rubino there, and
I mean everybody who connects to watch a race and has time to chat in the live chat's always awesome.
It does make it more. It does make it a lot more fun when we're able to talk with everyone in the chat there.
especially for a simulator
as
that came
much
out in
as
2003.
yeah, as much as these guys may not be having the most fun tonight. Um, yeah, that was just Rubino falling victim to the icy conditions out there.
Well, Keith McLean
Dan
has
just said
20.
it's his sister. Okay.
Yeah, 28. Where's McLean
Oopsie.
right now? 13th position for Keith McLean. He's led 27 laps tonight. Currently back there at the back of the pack now, but he is on pit road. So then Josh Boyer with the second most laps led with 11.
Yeah, strategy's a little all over the place right now. So
Yeah,
I
Randy
think where
Smith.
everybody's running right now could be anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, Barbara's a sister as well. Okay.
Randy Smith out with an engine header.
We really do have all the
Steve
Rubinos in
Rubino as
here.
well. Yeah. We got the whole crew. Barb Rubino.
Ann was up here earlier.
Where's Uncle Rubino and Cousin Rubino? Like, how come they're not watching? What's the matter? Baby Rubino, we need all these people.
I know, right? Jeff Stacanis up in the race lead at the moment, coming to the halfway point. Followed by Fugate, Ryan Johnson, Herb, and then Hinsky. Again, everyone's a little all over the place right now. Strategy's all over the place. Keith McLean, after dominating there for a while, that thing is bent and tore up. Hey, as far as the damage model goes, this thing is meant to simulate like actual metal instead of fiberglass.
Cool. Yeah.
They did a pretty good
Chris
job.
Landry. I was looking at this other graph that I have on the HOBO website for stat tracking. Like Chris Landry, for instance, I was focused on him. He just went down to the pits. You can actually see that he, after 4 races, has driven 476 miles, has completed 284 laps, hasn't led any laps, but that's pretty neat. Like, it actually tracks the percentage of laps complete, 107%. I wonder how that works.
107?
Yeah, some guys are like 125.
You got me on that one.
Yeah, that's a strange stat. Maybe I'll ignore that column. But the miles driven is cool. Like, it actually shows you how many laps they've done, how many starts they've had.
I think I know exactly what table you're talking about, and the level of detail of that thing goes into is pretty cool. I think SMO uses something similar. Primetime uses something similar.
Yeah,
I don't know what program it is exactly, but I'm going to ask about that, honestly.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Most miles, Eric, was it? Is it Irv? Yeah, it's Irv, right? Irv Johnston and Herman Reese both have the most miles driven in these first 4 races of this series, of 601.
Dang.
Then Ron Simpson with 598.
They're completing the laps, and Herman Reese up in 6th as it stands.
Ryan Johnson has led 109 laps, and then second place to Herbert Reese with 79 laps.
That's pretty good stuff right there.
That's cool. Top 10s, top 5s, winning starts.
We got another time we'll be coming around to the green flag here. It's Stacanis and Fugate. We'll see how it's going to fall this time around. I'll just remind everyone once again that we'll be bringing coverage Tuesday night of the Cup Series. They will be running a different version of Las Vegas for that. That will be the 2018 TE version. That will be open setup as well, so these guys will have a little more say on how the trucks drive, or cars rather.
What mod are they using?
Drive. Gen 6 BR15.
Nice. That's a good one.
Yeah, they've put on some good shows with that. Next race will be Homestead for the Truck Series next week, the 23rd, and then I believe that will also be the case for the Cup Series next week as well, where we're bringing you guys the Cup race for that one as we are back to green flag racing here. Lap 50 of 94. Steve is out, unfortunately. He decided he was too tore up, and that did not take long. There's turn one. Josh Boyer this time getting into trouble. Oh, my.
Yeah. Again, just loose.
Well, even that, oh.
He got squeezed, too. There wasn't a lot of room for him to go.
I was going to say, I think that's just contact with Stenzo, and yep, that is exactly what that was. Cleaned him out. Holy moly.
We may have broken an attendance record tonight, because I think we said we had 22 start the race. And the highest attendance was Daytona with 22 as well.
Really? Wow, yeah, I would have said that Daytona would have been higher than that.
Yeah, this stat chart, February 16th, 2025, 22. Most cars running. Got this whole breakdown. Most yellow flags happened at Spartan Raceway with 14.
Whew.
We are up to 9 right now here tonight.
I say we may be flirting with that.
Mm-hmm. Most DNFs, 12 at Spartan.
Taking a look at the upcoming schedule. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
10. We're up to 10 tonight. I'm just digging these stat charts. These are cool. Most lead changes with Talladega with 15 lead changes.
You and Zach Rogers are stat guys, and I love it.
I love it when the league provides it on the website. Slowest pole speed. Of course, that's Spartan because it's a short track.
Well, yeah. That's a given.
Fastest pole speed, Talladega.
That's also a given.
Yeah, closest margin of victory, Daytona. Biggest margin of victory, Spartan. Lowest average speed, Spartan. That's really neat.
14 cautions will also do that.
Yeah.
So you're looking at the upcoming races for the Cup Series. These are the races that I will be bringing to the YouTube land.
Are you full-time with them on Tuesdays and
yes,
Sundays
actually.
As well?
Only Tuesday. Sunday, this is the only other race that is confirmed. As of right now, no other Sunday truck races planned. However, that could change, of course. We'll see. That'll just all depend on what these guys at HOBO are hoping to do. I'm up for. I'm game for it. Obviously, within reason, of course. I mean, I'm doing 4 broadcasts this week, and suffice to say, I think that's my maximum.
Yeah.
But going forward. And we got Las Vegas on Tuesday, and then Homestead the week after. That's the 25th. And then, boy, you want to talk about quite the run here of races. You got Martinsville, Darlington, Bristol, and then Rockingham.
Oh, man, that's a lot of work.
And then Talladega, and that is all your April races.
And then Talladega. Why Talladega after those other tracks? That's amazing.
Why Talladega?
You've literally got every style of track there, though. Like, Darlington's insane. If I lose concentration on Darlington, I'm cooked because of their weird oblong-shaped track.
Yep.
Bristol is mentally fatiguing.
Let's see. They even have the lap counts here, too.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, yeah, April 1st is Martinsville. It's 150 laps.
Martinsville, yeah, there's a flat track for you. Yeah, you literally got everything.
Darlington's 111. Bristol's 150. Rockingham is 99, and Talladega 66.
Wow.
And those are all the April races.
Wow. Love how Talladega's in there.
Yeah, I know. That's a great schedule.
Like,
and then
we got Bristol and Martinsville, but then we got Talladega.
Yeah.
Wake up. We're going.
We are going places. And hey, in May 20th, we got North Wilkesboro on tap too. So.
Oh, cool.
You really do have a little bit of everything. And the only thing that you're lacking are road courses. Then these guys admitted it. They do not run road courses.
But, they never do it, eh?
They do not. But let's see. Yeah, just kind of looking through the full schedule. They do have a chase, which they do have a chase after September 2nd. And, of course, their cutoff race is Darlington. We got Nashville on here. We've got the original Papyrus track.
The Papyrus figure 8?
It just says Papyrus 53 laps. I don't know what that entails. I've never even seen that track in my life. Which
Pretty sure that's a figure 8. There's
call,
a bridge.
Call me a heathen, but I have never seen that track before.
I'm pretty sure the original Papyrus track is a figure 8. There's a bridge in the middle.
That's going to be awesome, and it's only 53 laps on the schedule.
It's a super speedway, but it's a super speedway in both directions. So you're banking to the left like we do at every track, but then you go under the bridge and then you bank back to make a right turn back around.
How do you tune for that?
Don't even ask. It's crazy. Turning right on a super speedway like that, it makes no sense. It's impossible for your brain to do it because you're so used to, when you're coming through the turn, you're hitting your marks and you're on the line is like right beside you. But now when you're on the other side, it's hard to go right, man. It's weird. And like you said, the setup is funky because it has to be a purely neutral setup because you have to go equally both directions.
We got 40 laps to go here tonight.
Yeah. Well, needless to say, the Papyrus track is a fantasy track that shipped with the game back in 2003. 2003.
I know what you mean. As Herman Reese making the move there for third.
1,000 years ago.
On a very wounded DJ Hinsky. Jeff Stakanis is going to be P5 here ahead of Fugate. The other guys kind of struggling here. It looks like we were down to only a handful of trucks running.
Yeah, we've got...
I think, 12 is what I just seen?
22 started, and there's 12 left, so we've almost got through half the field. Almost. One more.
Oh, boy. Close there for second. Very close for second place there. Herb Johnston and Herman Reese, but now move Herman up to second place. He's going to try to run down Ryan Johnson. If Herman wins it tonight, that would be 2 in a row. He did win last week at Spartan. Jeff Stakanis, a great run there. Going to try to get up to third place here and try to maintain a very solid point lead. Fugate, though, running top 5 and looking pretty strong as well. He's been clean tonight, as has the 31. The 78, I think, has had a little bit of... has been in 1 or 2 cautions, but has been relatively okay. Herman Reese, though, looking very quick and has just caught right up to his back bumper. As everyone's just trying to survive, and right now we got a run going. So these guys are going to definitely be pitting one more time. If we do go green here, it's going to be a matter of when. A number of different guys on a number of different strategies with how things have scattered, so it's just going to be a matter of when.
Yeah, when you get if we can get a green flag run going, there's only going to be one more stop. But I mean, these guys are taking advantage of these yellows. It's keeping their fuel topped up just in case.
Ooh, Stickan is pushing up the track there, but good job there.
Traffic, yeah.
27 is either is that off the pace that he can't get to 4th gear, or he does not have 4th gear, one or the other. Because holy moly.
Is there a minimum speed? Like, they've got I guess it's up to the league.
Yeah, it'll be up to the league, I'm sure. I guess as long as he stays out of the way, he'll be fine. But that's still going to be iffy.
They would black flag you. But the game does not do that for a slow car. They just put it yellow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you come to an outright stop, then yeah, it'll throw the caution. But
if he's able to do it, I guess.
Yeah, if you're maintaining even if you're going 50, the game won't throw anything. So it would solely be up to the admins being like, hey, you're too slow. You're gonna have to get off the track. I definitely think that Ryan Johnson has some damage and is slightly slow as well. because everybody's really closing in on him. But everyone's playing it patient right now, just kind of biding their time. Johnson, though, doing a great job leading this thing. Of course,
Yep.
Ryan Johnson,
Hitting his marks.
one of the more competitive guys out here. As here goes Herman Reese for the race lead. Again, looking for that 2 in a row in the number 73. Stakanis going to follow suit. Fugate going to follow suit. Josh Boyer's back up here in the 41. No surprise there. We got to go back to Greg Jackson and Ron Simpson. They're running 6th and 7th, respectively. Also out there, Chris Landry, Herb Johnston, and DJ Hinsky in the top 10. DJ Johnson just DJ and Rob Heath are also still out there, albeit they are very much struggling for any form of pace. As right now coming to 31 laps to go. So theoretically, you could pretty much pit whenever you want starting now, and you'll be able to make it to the end. But I'm sure these guys are probably just going to run these things out of fuel and pit as late as they can, maybe even opt for some 2-tire strategies. Certainly wouldn't be surprised if we saw a couple of guys go with that.
Yeah, that'll be interesting if we can get to the green flag pit situation to see what these guys do. Two tires under green will definitely gain you a pile of track position. Save you a good 5 or 6 seconds in the pits.
Yeah, it's just a matter of if you're going to be able to hold on to whatever gap that you get out of it. And if you are, then that's going to be pretty much the winning strategy. It's just a matter of when you pit and if it's going to be late enough that would be a viable move, and how hard you push these tires. And we haven't really seen how much fall off there truly is with the tires quite yet in this race. So as far as how much there's going to be, I'm sure will also play a big factor into that. If there's a lot of fall off, like Darlington levels of fall off, then oh yeah, you're going to want those 4 tires. Or especially, honestly, Rockingham, I feel like it's probably one of the worst tracks for tire wear in the whole game, at least that I can remember.
Weird how you'll just get to that point where, oh, okay, I need to pit now. Like within half a lap, you're like, oh yeah, that's where it is. Tires are cooked. You know, you're running fine, you're being a little conservative, and all of a sudden it feels like they're just gone.
You feel like you turn into a dump truck, and I've been there many times.
Driving a double-decker bus.
Yeah, with these and there's nothing you can do about it with these fixed setups. You just gotta run what they give you, and hope for the best. Of course, Tuesday they will have much more freedom to adjust for that, and they'll be able to pretty much do whatever they want, including tuning for that long run, short run, whatever you want to do. One thing is for sure, though, as far as making sure that they don't spin out as much, they'll be able to tune for that as well. And again, I'm not trying to dog on anybody here. It's definitely not a testament to the fact that, like, oh, they're not skilled drivers at all. These are very, very skilled drivers. If anything, that's just a testament to how difficult it is when you're on those cold tires, and just how slippery it is that it can catch out anybody. We saw it happen to pretty much everybody at some point or another, or at the very least with them stepping out and being able to catch it, but very nearly getting into all sorts of trouble.
Well, and the great thing with an open setup is you can now tweak that thing to run the way you want to run. You know, fixed setup, you're all forced to just adapt to that setup, where, you know, with an open setup, you can, you know, if you like to be loose, loosen it up. You know, or if you like for it to tighten up at the end of the run, there's all kinds of ways to make it work for your driving style. So that's always fun too, to deal with the open setups. Calling that race is completely wild, I would imagine, because you're into territory of like, gee, I wonder what they did. Track bar, wedge, tape, tire pressures. Like, you can do a lot of stuff in the pit stall. Not to mention what you're coming on the track with out of the garage, because the garage, you could literally come up with 10 million combinations, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You download setup packs and try to find what you want, and tweak it the way that you want it. And, like, nobody's running the same thing. No way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And everyone's, as you said, they're going to have their different preferences on what they can do. And some guys are also going to have different tolerances as far as what they can manage. Obviously, You want to have something that's generally loose because then you'll be able to turn the truck much better and carry much
Yep.
more speed, especially in the long run once the tires wear out. But obviously, it comes at the cost of, okay, well, how much can you actually maintain? And that level of tolerance is going to be different for everybody. Some guys like to kind of throw it into the corner and turn it hard. Other guys like to roll the corner, so you got to tune for that. Of course, same driving strategies go for drivers in real life too. So everyone's got something different, and you just got to find what combination is going to work with you the best. And right now, one thing is for
Yeah.
sure, though, these top four are running pretty darn well together. Unfortunately, Ryan Johnson has lost them. I do think that is just the nature of some of the damage that he has.
Yeah. I think I was watching these first four here, and they're just meticulous. You know, they're hitting their marks. They're not really racing each other too hard, knowing they do have to make one more stop. But they're not letting up either. Like, they are pretty close together.
Oh, yeah.
They're creeping up on some more lap traffic here with Johnston in the 77. Of course, he'll just yield.
Yep, doing a good job keeping out of the way there, just trying to gain those points. As we were mentioning, everyone right now of this top four, they have lost a few tenths on the lap times, but not a whole lot of fall off as of right now. So
I'm showing about 3/10.
coming to 20 to go here. I definitely think that we're at a point that two tires could end up being the way to go. But again, that's just me being a driver of my own. If I was in this predicament, obviously these guys are going to be knowing what they've got under them and knowing how to try to manage that. Ron Simpson has gotten by Gary Jackson there for P6. Also going to help out his championship battle, him being in third place in that at the moment. Chris Landry, DJ Hinsky. Herb Johnson is actually the first to pit. He's bringing it down in the 49.
Yeah. Another one back there too. Ryan Johnson also down. Oh, tagging the wall through the infield. Jackson in the 0-0.
Boy.
Saved it though.
The big damage.
Through a ride through the park.
Yeah, that's not something you want to do. Yeah, Ryan Johnson probably hoping to maybe get the undercut going here.
Yeah, DJ on the pit road too.
I do also think that Ryan Johnson may have been the shortest on fuel because he did restart first. So I think he stayed out the longest out of everybody up here in this kind of top 5 running area. So that's probably why he had to come down when he did. Oh, apron clip there for Herman. Not going to give the run to Stakanis, and is he going to take it? Nope, just going to ride in there. Still right behind him. But I got to imagine these guys are going to be coming down within a matter of probably 5 laps.
Roger that. I'm wondering, yeah, they might not be racing too hard now, knowing they're going to have to line up this pit stop. I just thought of something too with the open setups. I wonder if teammates would be in that too. Like, you could set your car up different if you were working with teammates.
Yeah. Sharing some info.
Yeah, like you could get way better drafts with certain people maybe if you set your car up different. I don't know if that's a thing. That'd be kind of cool.
I definitely know that a lot of teammates, regardless of the league, will be like, hey, here's my setup if you're struggling, or if you're struggling with this regard, then you can try adjusting this, that, and the other thing. So having teammates definitely makes a big difference in the long run as far as just being able to share the quote-unquote data, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And that'll really hopefully help get you pointed in the right direction if you got some good guys around you. We were coming to 15 laps to go this time by. Top 4 still under a blanket.
Yep.
And staying out indeed. I think everyone else has pitted at this point.
Yeah.
I think Chris Landry and Ron Simpson are the only ones that haven't yet, that are outside this top 4.
Yeah, I'm looking at the fall off here. About 7/10 from the best lap to the current lap for Herman. So it is starting to fall away a little bit.
Herman's bringing it in.
No,
just different line.
Different line, different speeds too. His speeds into those turns are about 164 mile an hour. Now they're going down to about 160.
He completely had me fooled there.
Yeah. A little bit slower into the turns just because, like you said, we're getting near the end of the run. The tires are going to start to show.
And he's dipping low.
Yep.
Again, I got to think this is him. Yeah, here he comes.
This looks like he's coming here now. Yeah.
He's going to be the only one, though, of
Yep.
that pack. So, and he's being pretty conservative here on entry. Going to get her down here at the white line.
He's perfect. Yep.
Pit road speed,
40.
of course, being 45. So, who's next is the big question here.
I'm wondering if all three of these guys, Jeff Stakanis, Fugate, and Boyer, if they all just show up together. Looks like they're staying out there, though.
They are going to stay out again, so I think that kind of tells us that Herman was also on a slightly different strategy, and he's going to get it going. That looked like a solid pit stop. Ooh, click to 46 there, as long as keeps it under.
Interesting, because obviously the longer you can go deeper into the fuel run, your tires are going to last longer. There's no question they'll have enough gas to get to the end, but your tires are definitely going to be in a lot better shape, too. If they could put another couple laps on Herman's just going to have that much worse a tire fall off.
Yeah, so they can close right back in on him, but that's the thing, though. Are these guys losing time to him? And is he going to be faster with those new tires, and is that really going to be that big of a difference?
Mm-hmm. But then if these guys pit together and all get similar service, I wonder if they could just catch them faster, too.
No,
if they work together.
We got Stakanis and Fugate coming in.
Yeah.
Boyer staying out.
Boyer stays out. Okay.
Stakanis being a little more aggressive coming into pit there as compared to what Herman did. Fugate sticking right with him, as Herman's going to unlap himself around those two. So this will be the telltale right here as far as did he gain or lose.
Currently showing him in 6th, but obviously that is because he pitted first in that lead pack.
Ron Simpson also coming down as Josh Boyer, going to be the last holdout, and he's bringing it in now, and that also looks like a very solid pit entry right there for the 41. All right, here we go, moment of truth.
Yeah.
Stakanis coming out, there's Fugate. Herman is into turn 1. He's going to have a big head of steam. Ooh, this is going to be pretty close.
The lead pack might just get back together again.
Looks like it. Fugate's going to be behind the 73. Stakanis is a little ways up the road there. It looks like the 31 is going to jump the 73. And Fugate has fallen a little ways back there, so he's going to have to hope for something good here, as we've got 9 laps to go, and now where does Boyer come out in all this? This will shape up the finish.
Okay, so the 31, I just went back to check. The 31 only took right side tires.
Okay. So Herman definitely did too. You gotta imagine Fugate did as well. I think all these guys did. And
yeah, checking.
Boyer has jumped well ahead.
Yep, Herman also did too.
Yeah, way ahead right now is that 41. But it looks like actually the overcut may have been the way to go. Interesting. Herman's catching this 31. And Fugate's not too far behind them, so he's going to still have some ground to make up if he's going to have any chance at fighting with these guys. But Josh Boyer in his own zip code right now, current gap 1 second. And as we are coming around to 6 laps to go, that could be a bit of a tall order to close that kind of a gap. Well, I say that, and it looks like he may have already done so.
So Boyer did not take tires at all.
He didn't?
No, he did not.
Well, that explains a lot then. Boy, because, his lap time just fell off a ton that time.
Yeah.
And as soon as I say that, Stakanis is there.
Yeah, because I looked at that lap time. I'm like, that is insane. There's no way he took tires. I went back and looked, fuel only for the 41, and he'll make it to
And
the
yep, he
end.
just
But man,
relinquished it.
his tires are going to be rotten.
Wow. Well, he tried for it, and it did not quite pan out.
Worked for a lap and a half.
5 laps to go. Herman has
But that's
caught
the
this
thing.
31 as well, so Herman's going to have a chance.
So these guys have right sides only. They both had the same pit stops. I'm talking about Herman, and I'm talking about Jeff Stakanis.
Mm-hmm.
So they both took rights
Oof.
and enough fuel to get to the end. So they're running a similar, although Herman has more laps on it because he did go early.
He did go a few laps earlier, so we'll see if that may
Stakanis
hurt
in
him.
the
He
green
did
truck.
run
Yeah.
a great lap time there. He did run a sub 31 second lap as we got 4 to go. Does Herman have enough?
That's an excellent question, but now a word from our sponsor.
This video is sponsored by this stream is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
It's too bad our upcoming commercial break is a 6-minute commercial. We might miss the checkered flag.
Oh well.
That'd
3 to go.
time.
And man, these two are evenly matched. Their lap times that lap were within 0.002 of a second.
Wow, yes they were. 30.982, 30.984, respectively, from first to second.
Coming to 2 to go this time by. Herman's still in the slipstream. Running very, very solid. Looking like that truck is pretty well under him. Was just the 100th quicker that time. But yeah, he's going to have to pull something out here if he's going to try to get to the quarter panel of that 31. The Daytona winner and current point leader is that 31.
I can't imagine, even though Herman had pit a few laps early, I think they both got enough to just, it's not going to make a difference.
I think at this rate, it's looking like that is the case. White flag in the air here after a race of trials and tribulations. It is coming down to these two.
Mm-hmm.
Herman's trying to back up the corner, maybe trying to get the run here. Look, got a little squirrely.
Stakanis needs to make a mistake.
Yep, Stakanis just needs to be smooth here. And he's going to have it made. Herman's going to give it everything he's got. Has to check up just
Herman
to keep
has
it under
one
him.
Win. Jeff does not. Jeff's first win if he can get it.
And this is going to be the win for Jeff Stakanis here at Las Vegas.
Awesome run, guys. That was awesome.
That was a great run there to the end. We had some green flag pit stops, and I apologize. I think I meant that Jeff Stakanis won the opener at Daytona in the Cup Series. That was my bad there. So
yeah, my stat sheet's showing him with 4 starts and 3 top 5s, no wins. Showing me for Herman 4 starts, 3 top 5s, with one of those being a win.
And that was, of course, last week. So Jeff Stakanis with the victory, and well earned, and of course not too much of a surprise either. He will extend that point lead after a race that the first 2/3 were all sorts of all over the place, and
yep,
here we are at the finish, and it was clean and green there for the final third.
And in the point standings, it's Jeff and Herman, so the race ends the same way.
Yeah, fancy that. Josh Boyer did hold on to third. It looked like ahead of Fugate. We will show the full finishing results here. Coming to you actually right now. As here we go. Jeff Stakanis, Herman Reese, the top two, within 0.2 of a second of each other there at the finish. Great, great stuff. Josh Boyer will hold on to a third place. We'll definitely have to check with him on that fuel-only strategy call. Fugate, though, with an excellent run in fourth place. Ryan Johnson will emerge fifth when it's all said and done. Ron Simpson, sixth. Great run there. Those are the guys that finished on the lead lap. Chris Landry. DJ Hinsky, after all of that he went through, will emerge with an 8th place. Herb Johnson and Gary Jackson. And then DJ, Rob Heath did eventually retire, but did emerge with 12th despite all that damage. So the points did pay off. Of course, you see the rest of the results, at least prior to when I fell out. That would be Ricky Bumbelow in 22nd. I couldn't tell you who was 21st. You know who it was?
I will check that right now. I was just about to click on it on the HTML file. Sorry, what name? What did you need? The position number?
21, so second to last, pretty much.
We've got an ad blocker coming up. That's cool. Thanks for advertising that when I'm trying to get information. So we've got 19th is Descenza, 20th is Huntley, 21st is Erickson, and 22nd is Bumbelow.
That was Mike Erickson. Okay. Gotcha.
Erickson
Boy, everybody just bailed out of TeamSpeak here in a hurry, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Oh my goodness! even Josh Boyer left, so I guess no word with him.
No.
So
you can bring them both. I mean, it's your show. You can do whatever you want. You can bring them both in, talk to them one at a time.
Yeah, you know what? Let's get them both because Jeff Stakanis and Herman Reese are currently waiting for us down there.
Is Boyer
they just
up
did
top?
battle. Boyer is nope. I'm showing he disconnected.
It's Josh Boyer, right?
Yeah, Josh.
Yeah, I don't see him anywhere. Yeah, you're right.
So yeah, he disconnected. Everybody just bailed.
Bedtime.
Yeah, bedtime indeed. There's only 2 guys left up there, and then of course Herman and Jeff here. So yeah, let's go ahead and get him in here.
User was moved to your
there's
channel.
1 and there's 2. Figured I'd bring you both in here since Josh left. So, and you guys were just having a heck of a battle there at the finish.
That was fun.
I was about to ask you guys. Yeah, that seemed like it was a lot of fun. But Herman, having finished second. I'll start with you. Obviously, I know how the first kind of 2/3 of that race went. It was just kind of wherever you ended up. But during that final run there, when we had green flag pit stops, I'm sure that the 2-tire strategy was probably going to be the way to go for just about everybody.
Yeah, I thought it was. I was calculating the fuel, and I got down inside a can. I was like, left side was not an issue with the tires, because once we got going, the setup was good. I mean, the Jeffs and we ran strong there. Right before I pitted, we were still running sub 31-second laps. So I was trying to stay hanging the draft as long as I could, and I actually made a mistake there. I ran out of gas and I yelled I was pitting, but I couldn't do it to him going in 3, so I had to drive one more lap, and I ran out of gas, and we were talking about that, and that might have been the difference. Had I gone and topped off with those guys and was able to run the same fuel strategy, those extra two laps they ran in the draft, that was everything. You saw what happened to Ryan. He went from the lead draft to like 10 seconds back, just missing those 4 or 5 laps.
Wow, I didn't even notice that you had run out there. I saw you lift it off, but I thought that was just you getting down to pit speed. So well, that's an interesting one there. But all in all, though, you were still able to close in on Jeff there. I thought that Josh had it made until I realized, oh, he didn't take any tires, and yeah, you guys were able to just blitz right by him. So at least the tires were able to make somewhat of a difference.
Oh yeah, because I was getting all over Jeff. I'm like, you let him beat you out of the pits.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
And then we caught him so quick, and he was short on gas too. I think he said he took the minimum, which for him, he probably went with a half a can there. And unfortunately, when you're calculating that, you have to have a partner. And if you find yourself all alone for 1 or 2 laps, it throws that off. And then, that basically for him, I think kind of screwed up his deal. I think that's probably why he left, because he really, if he'd have pitted and gone with at least 2 tires with Jeff and myself, he probably would have had a shot to win. He's really good at pitting and making up time there. So who knows? I think that's why he was kind of mad at himself.
Well, at first I was going to take 4, and then I looked at my tires and went, no. And I told Jeffrey, no, I'm taking 2.
I was trying to make him take 4.
He was trying.
I know what he was trying to do. If that's what he was going for, I know the motivation. I could tell. But
we were calculating it. But it was, for us, it was a good run, and you cut your teammates a little bit more slack. But to be honest, these trucks have a bad blind spot. So when you're driving them, it looks like a guy's in your trunk, and he's really not. But, when Keith, took the pole tonight, when the 4 of us get around, you can see it gets boring, because we're we're strategizing, but it's not really. We'll pass each other, but we want to stink to show. We basically want to pass each other on the last lap, not so it gets a little tedious.
Yeah.
You a little follow the leader, but that whole fuel thing was strategy. We knew Ryan was on a different fuel strategy, so and I said I was going to hang with these guys as long as I could to separate myself from him, because he's another one who's really good here and good at pitting. And Ryan gets out front, and you saw how difficult it was when people led to get by. And just like the real track is just very hard to pass. You had that clean. Believe it or not, in these trucks, the clean air is everything in these lead sleds.
CTS physics, yeah, that will definitely do it. Blaine, I'll ask you if you've got any questions for Herman or Jeff.
Well, I was saying, do you run cockpit? Because the way you were talking about the blind spot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you run with the full, like your N key? You guys have the whole thing on, eh?
Yeah.
No,
Wow.
no, I don't
clear the
have
mirror.
Clear the mirror. Yeah.
Okay.
The mirror's there, just like but it does because of the POV on that is really kind of far fetched.
Yeah.
But the in the cockpit, and then I had early on missing. Man, I'm gonna have to go back and look at the broadcast because I dodged about 7 or 8 big ones, and I touched the apron and shattered the glass. So I drove with broken glass the whole time, and and you could see that in cockpit. Like I could see Ryan's broken glass and some of the other guys from earlier damage. And but it's a cool mod. It really is. I love the CTX physics and how they drive. And Jeff and I, we have been in the trucks now, not in the car version on our fixed racing, but in the truck. So it's been him and I pretty much going at it for the last 5 or 6 seasons. Right now, we're separated by 4 points coming in tonight.
Yeah, I was looking at the stats. You guys are like it's neck and neck because the race ended the same way the points are hanging. You're 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. I lost 1 point. Yeah, championship by 1. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a 4-point gap coming into this one, so it's probably going to stay pretty close. Depending on laps led, I lost that screen.
Yeah, I didn't check it, but I know we were both close on laps led.
Yeah, but, you've got 16, 19, but yeah, and then McLean actually led the most with 27.
Did he? Yeah, and and for us, you want to win, but if I don't win, I got 3 other guys that I'm like helping. We're calling out. I don't know if I've ever worked with a team that cooperates more, doing fuel strategy, 2-tire, and in our open testing, each guy will do it. It makes it a lot easier to dial in these cars, because each guy will knows a certain thing. He doesn't stick to what you do. He'll go off and try an adjustment, and then we get feedback on all that. And I think that's why here in the last 2 or 3 years, we have just gelled as a team. I said last week, if we should have brought all of us in together, like, or where was it at, Jeff? When I said we bring us in like Daytona, like the 24 hours, because we were 1, 2, 3.
Right.
Who's all in the team?
You have Jeff Fugate, Keith McLean, Jeff Steak and Eggs there, and myself.
Oh, okay, cool.
We are the 4 horsemen.
Steak and Eggs.
Yeah. We are the 4 horsemen.
Yeah,
there's some debate on which one's Ric Flair. We'll take that personal behind the scenes.
You can have it.
Okay, what we need to do at some point in one of these streams is we need to get all 4 of you in here, and we need to see who does the best woo, and then that will determine it.
Yeah, it'll probably be Keith, because most of the time he's pretty wooed up by the green flag.
I mean, that's true. I could definitely see that. But no, that was some good race that you guys were able to put on there at the end. And
I was making a run down the front stretch. I could get a really good draft. I was trying to back the corner up, but it's just so hard. And I actually had better tires than Jeff, because Jeff took 2 tires to stop
previous.
Before.
Yeah.
So I had fresher left sides. Yeah, and so that was a little bit of an advantage, and neither of us had damage. But that's just, I mean, the quality. The only thing I could hope for was he caught the apron or touched the fence. And if he doesn't do that, you pretty much without any drafting help, you have no chance, as equal as the driver. I mean, the Sunday night league here, there's a lot of good guys here. Fast.
It's a good show to see whenever I'm able to do this.
First part of the race was pretty bad, though.
I mean, it was tough. It was tough to watch, I will say. But
yeah, when the guys check up for other guys, and unfortunately, it gets into panic mode, they come out of the gas, and that unlocks the locker, the simulated locker, and then spins out. And then what ends up happening after a couple of them, guys like, I got to get by everybody because of the cautions, which causes more cautions.
We saw a couple of massive wrecks, which actually caused some people to retire because they were threading that needle, and it's just you're going too fast, and then
there was a lot of piling in.
Blowing it
well,
up,
there was a 4-wide in there. I was almost involved in that.
I won't deny that was something to behold on the screen, but I was looking at that, and as a driver, I would have been like, okay.
Yeah. If that would have stuck, I think it would have been a new lap record, to be honest with you. That's how.
Oh, that would have been amazing. But eventually we did get that run at the end there, and honestly, I think that Herman pretty much summed it up pretty well there. He's been kind of talking for you, Jeff, but
yeah.
But no, I guess I'll just ask you specifically, Jeff. Obviously, as Blaine was telling me, it's your first win of the season, but that will extend your point lead just a little bit.
I won Daytona.
You did?
Oh, okay.
I thought you did, but then I thought I got confused because on the stat sheet here it says you had 0 wins coming into this.
That's
peculiar, yeah.
That is.
Oh, you know what? Yeah.
Strange. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm only seeing 3 winners on here.
I am. I just counting that now too. Maybe this isn't updated.
No, it's updated. It's updated. It's just something's off.
Yeah.
Let me look on the page real quick. That's
because it does have you as the point leader.
Then I should be the point leader. They probably took it back from him.
Yeah, it has 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, but no first place at Daytona.
Yep, they disqualified you, so I should be officially the leader then. I think there's some talking for. We need to get the Rubino brothers in here for a ruling.
What is up with that?
Yep.
That's
what's the results say, Jeff?
The results say I took a provisional.
Yet on the official standings here, you are the point leader.
Yeah, it says I took a provisional, but I have 185 points.
See, and I don't know if you're aware, Jeff is an admin, and the night he finishes the only admin. There could be some Washington D.C. type shit going on.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Shenanigans.
See, Jeff Pelosi turned a provisional of 2 points into 185 somehow. Some insider racing.
I have to ask Steve how I did this.
So that's good. That's a good catch right there, because that would have really confused some guys. Yeah, especially Josh Boyer. Yeah.
Yeah, because when you said that, I looked down that win column, and there's only three wins for a 4 races being complete. So yeah,
interesting.
Here at Top Dragster, we're detectives as well.
We did some detective work there, and we just discovered something. So interesting, but hey, regardless, that should still be Jeff as the point leader. Sorry, Herman, but got a long season, and I think you guys are going to be doing battle throughout. So looking forward to at least seeing it on the Cup side. Hopefully these guys will have me back for some other truck races. As of right now, this is the last one that they that I know of, but I'm sure that we'll be able to put something together. But at least for now,
we're working on it. We're trying to work together to get some more put together. We got some good races coming up for us.
I like it. Herman, I'll start with you though for closing thoughts and shout outs here.
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. I watched last week; it was fantastic, and to the Rubino brothers, Bino's down in Florida, sitting by the pool right now, enjoying it, and Steve for hosting this league, and my team, with the work we do, we're trying to steal every win we can get this season in both all 3 leagues actually that we run here, and thanks to the drivers. Once we got going, it was a good run, good show.
Yeah, man. And Jeff, how about for you?
Oh, I'd like to thank all the admins, that do all their work, and
good job, Jeff.
Yeah, good job tonight to me. But no, the Rubino brothers always putting this on. It's good. My teammates, fantastic guys to work with, and all the other racers that we work around. Shout out to all them guys too.
Right on, man. Well, appreciate you guys, and Herman, you'll be getting your notice in the mail about getting fined for swearing on stream.
Yeah, probably. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took what they do to Junior that time. They took like 100 points from him.
I ain't taking no points. I'll just charge you double for the next race that you're in.
10-4.
I'm just kidding. That's 3 times now on these streams that we've had that happen. Nah, I'm just playing. I mean, try to keep it family friendly and any kind of politics out of it as well. But at the end of the day, hey, we're all just having a good time, and hey, it's always fun watching you guys on the racetrack. And seriously, appreciate you guys for allowing me to do this. And hey, best of luck going forward. Hey, we're definitely see you both at Las Vegas on Tuesday.
Tuesday night. Yes, that's going to be a fun
Yeah,
show.
that'd be fun.
Our team has run really well there over the last few years at that particular version of Vegas. So it's going to be an interesting show. You're going to see a lot of Top Groove racing there probably.
Top Groove. I like it.
Oh,
right.
Cool.
Well, best of luck to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys, thank you again.
Yep, thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks,
man.
guys. Have a good night.
You
Yep,
too.
good night.
Blaine, I will turn it over to you on kind of your
User
closing
left
thoughts
your
on the
channel.
night,
User left
and
your channel.
yeah, just kind of what we saw, because it was a lot of chaos and then some just good hard racing there at the end.
Yeah, it took a while to get going, and then it's just, and then once the dust sort of settled, we know we got those green flag stops that we wanted, and it came down to just that. You've got a gap from first to second of 0.19 seconds. It really did come down to the wire. It was really, really cool to watch. It's too bad Keith McLean, leading them with most laps, was forced to retire. He led 27 of those laps and dominated it, obviously dealing with those cautions, but he got caught up in one and unfortunately was forced to retire. But yeah, that and then we're looking at the stat sheets, and we figured out that we were missing that win there for Jeff, so that they're going to probably fix that one. We'll be up to speed at the next race. But yeah, man, HOBO, man, 22 drivers out here on a Sunday night. Can't say anything wrong about that. I love it. I mean, even if it is a little bit of a rocky start to a race, same thing happens in real racing. Sometimes there's gremlins. I always come back to that gremlin thing. It's just getting everything sort of settled. And then once we start doing some racing, I was wild too with the pit stops. You're looking at guys taking 2 tires, but then decides to take no tires. And you're thinking, okay, can this work? The answer was no, but hey, it could have. I've seen crazier stuff. But yeah, man, thanks again as always too for having me in here as a co-host. It's nice to sit back and sort of, it's a different style of broadcasting because I don't have to worry about what's on my screen. I can switch screens and bring up statistics and do all kinds of other co-hosting things. So yeah, man, thanks for the opportunity.
Oh, you bet, man. It is always an absolute pleasure having you up here. Of course,
thanks to my squeaky chair. I like this squeaky chair. Sometimes it's like you got your thunder and lightning bolts, and I got this weird poppy squeaky chair. But
well, the good news is at least the lightning is now long gone, and I don't think we have to worry about that, at least until
imagine
summertime.
that if you got disconnected in like the last 7 laps. Oof,
oh my gosh, I'd have been
going nuts and nobody could see nothing.
There would have maybe been some things being thrown.
Yeah,
if it got to that point, but
you would have hit your curse word quota. It wouldn't have been Herman's fault.
No, yeah, add Herman to the list of swears, and even threw in some other stuff there. Again, I do want to just preface, we, even if it's in a joking manner, with how sensitive anything political related is, I don't even want to touch that with a 10-foot pole. Even if it's in like a passing joking manner, it's like you never know where that could go. So
yeah, we had that happen on
future reference. Yeah, I know I didn't see it, but I know of something.
It was pretty awesome. But yeah, it never ends well, which is it's just we're here to do some racing. Exactly.
Yep. Racing's the name of the game, and of course, that was great to see these guys able to race hard. But yep, as they were saying, they are teammates at the end of the day, and now all we have to do is just get all of them in here at one point and just see who does the best woo, and then we'll get the nature boy.
That's it. Yeah, it's cool when the teammates, like they've been at it for so long, and you can tell, just because they're teammates, they're not going to let the guy win.
No.
He's all over him, just couldn't find a way around him. So
yeah, as he said, you had to get the quarter panel. You had to get to the quarter panel, and then you may have a chance, but otherwise that's going to be tough to do. So Herman gave it his all there, but all in all, him and Jeff are still going to be really, really tight there for the points, and that will definitely be the case heading into their next race at Homestead next week. But we'll be bringing you guys Cup coverage for Las Vegas on Tuesday night. And then, of course, don't forget Wednesday and Thursday is a doubleheader for BSR at Bristol Motor Speedway, Wednesday and Thursday night around 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for those. On that note, though, I am going to go ahead and wrap it for this evening. Thank you once again, Blaine. I'm hoping I can get you in here again. I know your Tuesdays are booked up, but
yep.
we'll definitely try to find some other opportunities.
Yeah, man, just let me know in advance and I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, man. Go subscribe to TarnationTV if you haven't already. This guy puts on some incredible shows, and you will not be disappointed if he goes above and beyond, and what he's able to do is seriously amazing. So go
Thanks,
check
man.
out TarnationTV. It's a good time.
Thank you for the kind words, sir.
Absolutely, man. On that note, though, congrats to Jeff on the victory tonight. Win number 2 of the season. First multi-time winner of the season, regardless of what the standings say. And on that note, though, we will see you guys on Tuesday night around 8:45 Eastern Standard Time, give or take, for the Cup race here at Vegas. Who will get lucky that night? We will find out. Until then, though, Godspeed. Stay safe. Take care. Bye for now.